You know what people love more than their phones? Fighting about their phones. Apple fans will say, Samsung copies everything. Samsung fans scream back with, nah, Apple steals from us and just puts a shiny logo on it. And me? I'm just here with popcorn watching the drama. But here's the question we're diving into today. Who really copies who? Let's rewind the story. The year is 2012. Apple dragged Samsung into a US courtroom accusing them of copying the iPhone.
In a much bigger showdown over dominance in a $200 billion+ market. Apple claims Samsung has illegally copied an operating system it says it pioneered in iPhones and iPads. It's seeking $2.5 billion in damages. Samsung counters that, if anything, Apple has copied key parts of the iPhone.
And guess what? The jury agreed. Not just a little, they awarded Apple a jaw-dropping $1.05 billion. $1 billion. That's the kind of money where even Jeff Bezos might pause mid-laugh. Apple marched into a US court and basically told Samsung, hey, you stole our homework. Same rounded corners, same icon grid, same swipe gestures. Give us money. Now think about that. $1 billion over shapes and swipes. It sounds silly until you realize Apple convinced the jury that these little things are the iPhone's identity. This case basically said if you copy how something feels, not just the hardware, but the vibe, you can pay dearly. And that set the tone for the whole Apple versus Samsung rivalry. Now, here's where it gets juicy. People think Apple invents everything, but no, Samsung often jumps first. Samsung is often the daredevil. They test crazy ideas, sometimes it works, sometimes it's experimental. For example, in 2019, Samsung dropped the Galaxy Fold, a phone that could bend like a wallet. People gasped. Some said future, others said not worth the amount since it might break. Apple? They said, nah, let's keep our notch. But then they turned that black bar into the dynamic island, a pill-shaped cutout that also expands and changes shape to show important alerts, and suddenly everyone was like, wow, genius. Apple kept the thick cutout for a year and then turned it into the dynamic island. Apple turned what could have been just a hole punch and pill cutout into a feature. See the pattern? Samsung experiments, Apple waits, Apple polishes, fans call it revolutionary. And it's not just hardware. Let's talk software. Android had widgets forever. Apple ignored them until 2020. Then boom, iOS 14 gave us beautiful uniform widgets. Instagram exploded with people suddenly showing off their beautifully customized iPhone home screens like trophies. Suddenly, it looked like Apple invented phone decoration. On the flip side, Samsung's One UI has been adding things that look a lot like Apple's smooth notifications and widget behaviors. Both offer banner notifications, alert styles, and a centralized notification center, but they differ in customization, animation, and organization. So really, both sides are guilty. It's more like two neighbors borrowing sugar from each other. Now, the latest battlefield is AI. Apple says we have Apple Intelligence. Samsung says we have Galaxy AI. And what do both do? Summarize text, edit photos, translate stuff, give you smart tools. The difference is, Apple keeps everything inside their own walled garden. You need an iPhone, an iPad, a Mac, basically the whole Apple family reunion. Samsung says, we'll partner up with Google Gemini, with Microsoft, with anyone who wants in. So the fight is no longer who copied who, it's who controls your digital life. Sometimes the copying is only on the surface. Like when both phones have the same flat edges, camera bumps that look alike, or watch straps in the same colors. It doesn't really change how the phones work, but fans still argue about it online like it's the end of the world. These drive the fan wars online. But some copying is functional, like foldable mechanics, multitasking tricks, or gestures. Analysts care about these because they change how we actually use our devices.
And then there's the meme war. Samsung loves trolling Apple. As of today, September 2025, Apple still hasn't shipped a foldable iPhone, but strong industry leaks and analyst reports already point to a possible Apple foldable in 2026 or 2027. Samsung made ads just to laugh at them. And honestly, sometimes the memes do more damage than the missing feature itself.
But let's talk about us, the users. Why do we get so emotional about this stuff? Because buying a phone isn't just buying a phone, it's buying a team jersey. Apple fans feel classy, exclusive, like they're part of a polished world. Samsung fans feel bold, futuristic, like they're ahead of the curve. So that's why when one company copies the other, fans don't just see features. They see betrayal, pride, bragging rights. That's why debates explode online. It's not just about the camera, it's about identity. So, who really copies who? The truth is, they both do. And maybe that's not such a bad thing. Competition can be healthy. Widgets came sooner, foldables got better, AI tools are everywhere. Their rivalry makes them better, and it makes phones cooler. Now tell us in the comments which team are you on, Apple or Samsung? And don't fight too hard,